Hit it, Logan.
It's After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Your weekly download of their extracurricular activities. Powered by Adult Source. Enjoy.
This week on After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
I think Canada's best product is Schitt's Creek.
Locally roasted all the way.
You guys are always coming into work being like, I was up late last night watching Littlest Hobo. It was so gripping. Did they make the Flintstone vitamins? We're back.
We're back.
Episode 96.
We're back, sir.
Yes, hit the mic with your finger.
Sorry, I have
96
something.
episodes. Let's do that.
I apologize. Sorry, what's that called?
Don't listen.
Restless hand syndrome? I don't know. Something like that. We got some really cool drinks to try today, actually. This got supplied to us, which is really cool.
It came in the mail, apparently.
Yeah, Drum Distilling Co. Coffee liqueur. Now, I believe that the same humans that are behind that beautiful hotel that we stayed at for 1 week and only, Moxie Banff, are also behind this. They kind of got a couple cool side projects going on. So I'm just reading it here. It's made with DDC rum and locally roasted espresso beans from Black Mountain Roasters. So kind of our theme, I think a lot of what we're talking about on the ep today, since everybody's talking about it, is like, you know, the angle of supporting Canadian products a little bit more. Why not give it a go? We didn't have time to come up with a cool cocktail to mix this with, so we just thought we would kind of sample it on ice, you know, verbatim.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm not very good at sipping hard alcohol, though. I've never been that type of person, yeah. Where you just sit there and sip it straight.
You were good with that whiskey on Monday.
Just did this the other day.
Yeah, well, play that clip. I clearly enjoyed that.
The best local whiskey out there.
You know me. I'm a big whiskey guy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, you drink the whole thing. I thought it was more like a sip on ice, but okay.
Oof.
Excellent.
I'm going to be breathing fire the rest of the day. All right, can you open this, or do you need a bottle opener?
No. It's just
Do you want someone that doesn't have
plastic
nails?
off of the top? Yeah.
I was going to say the nails
I
probably
thought you were getting your nails done tomorrow or something.
I still shouldn't abuse them.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know.
When are you getting your nails done is a real question. Those are
On Thursday,
begging
I'm
for
going
a
with you.
mani. Okay. Pass. La bottle.
Ooh.
Okay.
It smells like coffee.
And if you're wondering why there's so many cups here, actually, off camera, we don't have a camera to pan to her, but we got intern Kira kind of sitting in the sidelines. She's a SAIT student for radio and television, I guess more predominantly radio, but we got an extra cup for her to welcome her to the pod and to the station.
What do they call it? Is it radio and television? Just shout it at me.
Radio, television, and broadcast news.
Okay.
Broadcast
news. Radio, television, and broadcast news.
Interesting.
Oh, this is...
All right, Mariah's really pouring that.
What? Not enough?
Do you have a favorite Canadian product, Sam? You're like, do hockey cards count?
Hawkins Cheesies.
That is
That's the
Canadian.
goat. I'll eat Hawkins Cheesies any day over Cheetos.
Yeah, they're way better than Cheetos.
Hey, producer Logan, do you want to come get your drink?
And what do you like about...
Why don't you step into the camera frame?
Hawkins Cheesies?
Yeah, what do you like about your Hawkins
They
cheesies?
just taste incredible.
Cut around that
This
silence.
is Kira. Here she is.
I mean, like, I love
Sam?
it because it just has the right texture.
Yeah, that crunch.
Toss it.
It smells delicious, so I'll give it that.
Ty and I get the fancy glasses.
I had another one of those espresso martinis that, like the first one you got me over Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Those things just...
the pre-made ones in the cans.
Those
Yeah.
things just obliterate me.
Those are also local, too. I can't remember who put them on. That tastes like real coffee.
That's delicious.
That is not fake. That is quite
Who's taking
good.
that home after?
You imagine you make a little espresso martini with that. You don't have to actually do the espresso because it's already got roasted beans in
Or
it.
you add the espresso as well. Take it to the next level.
Could be intense.
What's your favorite Canadian product, Mariah?
Favorite Canadian product? I'm a big fan of McCain fries. I went to that factory in Prince Edward Island, and that was like one of the happiest days of my life. Probably number 5 after my own wedding day.
I thought you were going to say the McCain Deep and Delicious.
That too. I watched a production element on how to do that. I sent you that video on TikTok. You probably didn't open it up. But no, when I went to the McCain Fry Factory, because I don't know why, it just seems like such a big brand. I knew it was Canadian, but you kind of forget, oh yeah, this is made in our own homegrown soil. They have a history of the potato, the different dishes of potato that they make, the factory. Then you go to a poutine sampling station. They show the soil breakdown in the grade. It was the coolest
So it's
thing.
like a wine tasting, but it's
For
potatoes.
potato, it's awesome. It smells incredible when you go in there.
What would you say is Canada's most well-known product?
That's Canadian?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like the Caesar, but did you know that Mott's Clamato isn't made in Canada anymore?
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like a general product.
Oh, like a product.
That people buy that they're like only in Canada. Like I love it. It's so good.
Probably ketchup chips.
I think it's ketchup chips.
Always ketchup chips. Yeah.
Ketchup chips. I'm trying to think of chocolate bars that don't exist in the U.S. that are Canadian. Coffee Crisp?
Yeah, Coffee Crisp.
Coffee
is one,
Crisp.
I think.
See,
Or is it
Kira,
Crispy
you need to be
Crunch?
on
One
the
of the
pod.
two.
Smarties are different in the U.S. than they are here as well, aren't they? Like
Yep. Smarties are rock. Yeah.
controversial take, but Rockets, bleh, awful.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that like I know it's a dessert, but it's not. It's still famous from Canada is the Nanaimo bar. I mean,
Yep.
I think Canada's best product is Schitt's Creek.
excellent take. Excellent take. The whole Levy family, if you really think about it.
Yeah, well, and there was a bunch of Canadians, a bunch of Canadian actors.
If you think about
Made by CBC.
the stars that Canada has put out, like look at the Ryans. You got Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds. You got Mike Myers. You have, what am I trying to say right now? Who's another really famous comedian? Jim Carrey. The list goes on and on. I think that Canadians are fabulous. I mean, say what you will about Bieber, the guy is a hit maker.
Drake.
Except your guy Drake
Drake.
apparently lost that beef pretty bad.
With Kendrick?
Yeah.
How do you not? I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but he's still selling records.
He announced another record today.
Drake or Kendrick?
Drake's
Oh.
very
Drake.
petty.
Yeah.
He's king of petty.
Yeah, he's talking about revenge on Instagram.
I just don't think. I think he's
Imagine
gotta let
being
it go
an
at
adult
this time.
and living life like that. Like,
I think though that like I'm not saying that this isn't a real rap beef, but like could you imagine people who had like actual rap beef? Like look at like Nas and Jay-Z, okay? You take their rap beef compared to like the Kendrick and Drake thing and it just is not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Look at 50 Cent in the Game, okay? Let's talk about that rap
imagine
beef.
if they had Instagram stories back then.
Like, I'm sorry, you got shot 8 times as 50 Cent. Look at him and Ja Rule. He bought all of Ja Rule's concert tickets just to troll him. Like, it's a little bit too lighthearted for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's label beef.
It's label
Which is-
beef.
which is so
It's
funny.
streaming beef.
Yeah. Oh my
Is
god.
what it is,
I'm surprised, Ty, when you talked about Canadian television programs, you didn't bring up The Littlest Hobo, dude.
Fuck the Littlest Hobo.
What is wrong with you?
Because Nanaland is better.
I don't think you understand how insulting I find that because I get told that my dog Arthur looks like the littlest
Wow,
hobo
that's
dog.
incredible. Wow, he looks like a dog.
Saying fuck The Littlest Hobo
Name your
is
favorite
like
Littlest
Canadian
Hobo
terrorism,
episode.
dude.
I haven't watched that many.
I don't
before
know.
my
The
time.
one where he jumps through the window, which
Oh,
happens
okay.
like every
Wow.
episode.
I know that
They're
they
all
had
the best.
they had 5 dogs to film for the littlest.
You guys are
hobo.
always coming into work being like, I was up late last night watching Littlest Hobo. It was
What do you
so
got
gripping.
against it? Why are you
Because
hate it so
you're just
much?
saying you like it because it exists. Like that's
What's
just.
wrong with that though?
I don't even know where you can watch The Littlest Hobo anymore, other than like YouTube. But like when I was in high school, I speed ran like the entire series.
Maybe the camera just shut off.
Yeah, my camera shut off. It keeps doing.
All
that.
right,
It's
well-
keep going. It is what it is.
Favorite Canadian product though, some things that I think that, you know, probably were Canadian and then maybe shifted to get like on a much more global level. Oh, we got another camera that died.
It's the same one.
I remember actually Beckler from our morning show. He pointed this out to me when we used to work at another radio station together many, many years ago. Herschel backpacks from Saskatchewan. I had one up until 2 years ago. I had it for nearly a decade. It was fabulous, and they have gone on a global scale. You see them absolutely everywhere.
I have a Herschel backpack. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. I have a Moose Knuckles jacket. That's probably my favorite Canadian apparel product I've ever purchased.
The Pizza Pop.
Well, I had that jacket 6 years ago, and I still get compliments like it's brand new. It cost me a pretty penny, but damn, is it good. What the fuck is going on?
Well, Sam's having issues with his camera, so we'll take a quick break.
After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, back to Canadian products quickly. I think it stems more. I know Ty's more focused on the brands. He loves talking brand mascots and things like that. But producer Logan just texted me from the back. He said, how about the fact that ginger beef is from Calgary?
That's huge.
Is the Klondike bar also Canadian?
Because of Klondike Days? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, I thought that was a Canadian thing, like a Yukon thing. Maybe not, though.
Well, you're listening to After Hours with Mariah and Ty. It's brought to you by Adult Source.
That's right. Adult Source is a fabulous option for you to go and learn all things sexual fun, sexual health. They have smoke accessories, and they got some great things to maybe spice up your Valentine's Day coming up, whether you're with somebody or not. Ooh. Solo fun, dual fun.
Great point.
Right?
We have a great episode with them where they kind of gave you guys the rundown on some of the products. I think that was like episode 60 something.
It's fabulous. They want to stress that obviously they're more than wall-to-wall video, and you can go there and get educated while getting some really high-end products.
And we went and toured. It was great.
Yeah.
Now back to Canadian products. What were you saying?
I was curious about some stuff that I didn't know. I thought the Klondike bar was maybe Canadian. Like Canadian treats, you know what I mean?
Baby Canadian? Is that Canadian?
What's baby Canadian?
That's champagne, like baby duck. There's
baby
Canadian.
Duck?
There's baby Canadian. It's different.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. One sec, I'm Googling this.
Just doing a live Google. Sam sending a text.
No, I'm actually Googling.
You guys are just looking
Klondike.
up Canadian.
Klondike's from Ohio. I know fucking nothing. Thank God Kira's here off the mic.
The Nanaimo for sure, but not Klondike.
Why don't we have a Canadian cereal mascot?
The
The Irish get the Lucky Charms. America has all the other ones.
Would you
Transylvania gets, or Romania gets Count Chocula.
Would you consider Tony the Tiger to be an American?
Well, yeah, there's no tigers in Canada.
Yeah, but there's no. Well. No, there's no tigers in native to America.
I guess, but okay, well then I'm not saying that Tony the Tiger's the American guy. I'm just saying we don't have one.
I'm trying to think about Canadian mascots that aren't sports team mascots, and I'm struggling to come up with it. When you think about it, we really don't pump out Canadian mascots because there's no stereotype for Canadians. Is it just going to be a lumberjack?
Where's Big Mape,
red
the
flannel?
big maple syrup guy?
Big what?
Big Mape.
Who's that?
Big Mape.
The big maple syrup guy. I just made him up right now.
Hold on, I'll make
Wait,
that.
The official mascot of Canada is a beaver. They have a beaver mascot.
What's his name?
The beaver.
Daring,
Creative.
aren't we? I just think we could do better.
Then you love a mascot.
Canadian cereal mascots. Let's see if they exist.
Do they even have
They're
Canadian?
gonna be the Quaker Oats man. I'll be great.
Do they even have Canadian specific cereal?
No, that's what's blowing my mind. So America's got Captain Crunch, but they're saying that he could be Canadian because he's French, part French. He's named after Jean Lafoot.
Oh.
So maybe Captain Crunch is our guy?
Okay. Well, they were saying that you can't get the Timbits cereal in the U.S. That's something.
You can't get that there? I don't know if that's true.
I don't think you can, honestly.
I think you probably could.
Huh.
We've got nothing. None.
Why is it only cereal that you care about?
Okay, name a Canadian video game character.
That's tough.
We've got Deadpool and Wolverine from the comics
That's
world.
right. That's right. Yeah.
But
Stan Lee did his homework there.
Where's our fun characters,
It is kind of interesting because other countries do so much on that branding portion.
Yeah.
But
whereas Canada doesn't.
You know what it is? It just comes down to the U.S. culture getting kind of lobbed into Canadian culture, and people always thinking that Canadian citizens just like to adopt U.S. pop culture, right? But we are quite different.
About?
Is this Big Maple?
Oh my God, he looks like a giant Cabbage Patch.
What is that?
I don't know. I told an AI thing to make me
Oh, it's
Big
AI.
Maple?
Yeah, Big Maple.
I feel like we could get some Canadian
And
artists.
this is kind of nightmare fuel-y.
Oh my gosh.
I think that
Just a bear in a flannel.
don't think
I mean, that
that's
is
so
Canada,
bad.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have none, eh?
Like, yeah, like
Nanaland would be our biggest thing to a mascot. The Mona character.
I mean, I know that the kids in the States didn't grow up with Sharon, Lois, and Bram. Like, that's Canadian.
Yeah, but that's just 3 people singing. Like, we've got tons of Canadian bands.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, we need to work on the commercialization of Canadian
That's
culture.
what it is.
you
We
know?
need to make it more appealing.
If you could, like, describe Canadian culture, could
Cold.
you? That's not a description of culture.
That's not the culture.
That's the climate.
I thought you were saying with one word, so I just said cold.
No, just in general,
No,
though,
that's
could you-
actually a good idea. What would you say? Like, talking about what defines culture, though. You're talking about, like, different musical aspects, food, ethnic culture that's being
Sam hit
brought
us
to
with like
Canada.
the deepest question we've
No,
ever
that's
had
actually-
on the podcast.
that's actually-
Usually
really
I'm
good
asking
conversation.
dumb fucking shit.
Like,
So.
unbelievable.
What would you? Okay, so you're saying what would define Canadian
Yeah,
culture?
yeah.
I actually heard somebody on a podcast talk about this because it was a person from the UK asking what the difference is between Canadian culture and American culture. I think that Canadian culture is I don't know, as a nation, it's a group of people that lead with kindness and empathy, and we are, so to say, a melting pot of different cultures, and we take inspiration from lots of different cultures that are coming here, people that are second generation maybe to being born here. The food is next level because it's a fusion of so many different cultures that we have.
Yeah.
I just think
We're
that
bilingual.
we're bilingual in many aspects.
Ty, can you speak French?
I tried to learn it.
Yeah.
Would you
it's
not
tough.
would you not argue though that each province has such a different scenery aspect to it too?
It's very regional.
Yeah,
And
regional.
even when it comes down to like dialects, I know that that's not unique to just Canada as a whole, but like if you,
The indigenous influences.
yeah,
Oh yeah, if you think about the difference in indigenous cultures from province to province, like
Yeah.
that is significant, honestly. I don't know. I would think that there's just so much going on here that people haven't even tapped into. I challenged myself last year. I thought my families, like my in-laws and my parents, both wanted to do trips, like family trips. And I was like, why don't we try and go to somewhere in Canada that we've never been before? I've only been down to the East Coast once, and my in-laws have never been. So I said, why don't we go to Newfoundland? I've been to PEI, but I'd like to go and see some of those provinces. I've never been up north. Like, I'd like to go to the Yukon.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
I've
things
never
like
been
that.
east of Quebec.
Yeah, like there's so much to see. Like, why would you not
You've never
try and
been to-
support?
The Toronto airport? Oh no, wait, what am I saying?
Yeah, Quebec's a little
Yeah.
further,
What am
but
I saying?
I
what
have
am I saying?
I've never been to the island either. Like, I've never been out to Nanaimo. Have you guys ever been? It's definitely a bucket list thing for me.
Maybe.
When I was a baby.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
When I was a wee baby.
So-
It is kind of wild because yeah, like you've got this big country that is so different, but this week I found that it's like more aligned than I've seen it in a really long time.
And we don't rely on the Disneylands, you know, and the Knott's Berry Farms to come get people to tour us.
That's
we
actually
got
a really
Callaway
good point.
Park. We're okay.
yeah,
well, if
people
you-
are flocking to us for Callaway
If you think
Park.
about it though, like in the States, there's a lot
We
of
burned
like
a sponsor there.
I don't know, there's a lot of commercialism that brings in people, right? You get the Disney parks. If you go to anywhere in the West Coast, like just think about all the Hollywood attractions that you get to see. You go south, you go to Disney World, and it's like people are going to Nashville because of all the country music. Like it's
Yeah.
more about entertainment, I would say, there that's bringing people in, right?
Yeah, and I mean like here it's more like natural beauty.
Yeah.
All right, like
The
you think
mountains, baby.
How many people visit like Banff, Kananaskis, Jasper, all
Oh,
that sort
yeah.
of stuff in the span of a year, right? Like it would drive, I would say like most of our tourism. I don't think you would want to visit like Calgary in February.
Some
otherwise.
people do.
Some people do.
Ty,
Yeah.
what's your definition of culture in Canada? What would you say?
I thought I was just giving you good things. I said like bilingualism, the indigenous influence, the embracing of the weather.
No, it's adversity with the weather. Honestly, a
what I
lot of
would
people say fuck that. They wouldn't move here, right? Because of the cold.
But now it's time for Mariah and Ty's Game of the Week.
Mariah and Ty's Game of the Week.
Okay, I provided a slight game to stay on topic with our Canadiana chats. I kind of thought that we should kind of dispel some myths about maybe some brands you didn't know that were Canadian. It's kind of funny that, no, this isn't popping up on my sheet. I have to do it on here. It's kind of funny, Ty, that you wanted to talk about that because I was also curious as to some of these being like things that I had no idea, honestly, that were actually like Canadian products or not.
This is the
Meanwhile,
best sipping liqueur I've ever had.
It's real good.
Wow.
I laugh how you were like,
Canadian
I don't
product.
drink. I
No,
don't drink hard
And there it
liquor."
is. I love it. It's very good.
I could drink a whole bottle of that
Yeah.
in a sitting. Well, I'd probably die, but it would be good.
On ice? Ooh. That's lovely.
It smells wonderful. Oh.
Let me look here. Sorry, one sec.
I know the Pizza Pop was made in Canada.
You obsessed.
Basketball.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Basketball was made here?
Yes.
I missed that.
You never saw that Canadian Heritage moment? It was a classic on TV.
Okay, well, like when I started growing up, I didn't see as many Canadian Heritage moments as maybe you guys did, because they kind of started phasing it out a little bit.
Sam's like, I am young, you are old. That is
I
the
do
point.
remember the House Hippo, though.
That wasn't a Heritage moment. That was
That
an
is a
ad.
heritage moment. Come on,
That was
House
just a
Hippo is a heritage
commercial
moment.
to tell you to not believe everything you see on
That
the
was put
internet and
out by the
stuff.
CRTC.
And that's a heritage moment.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, these are some brands I'm going to list, and you can say whether they're true or false if you believe, because there's a lot of misconception out there as well. I actually am just stunned by some of these. True or false, the makeup brand MAC is Canadian.
True.
True.
That's correct. I didn't know that. It was founded in Toronto in 1984. Now, this one, how about the famous clothing brand or store, I guess, retailer, Aritzia?
True.
True.
False. Actually, TNA, which is a high-end brand that they carry out Aritzia, was founded, I don't know if high-end qualifies, but was founded in Vancouver in 1984.
And fun fact, they actually bought one of the better men's clothing places, Reigning Champ, as well, who are 100% Canadian, too.
Reigning champ.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. True or false? Edo Japan.
True.
It's correct. It's actually from Calgary. Did
That's
you know
what
that?
I figured.
Wow.
Calgary,
I've never seen an
1979.
Edo in like in America.
I think
ever.
they are in the States, though. Like, they have become massive. This is kind of interesting. True or false? What about Tetley Tea?
Sure, true. Maybe someone
I'm
from
gonna go with false
Britain
on that one.
False. It's actually Red Rose that was brought in Canada. 1894 Red Rose. That's pretty
Damn.
impressive. Okay, how about this next one? True or false for the IMAX? IMAX theaters.
False.
They're everywhere.
I think they're everywhere, so I wouldn't know. I have no clue.
No, Sam is incorrect. True, they were also founded in Toronto in 1970.
God, I love an IMAX theater.
Yeah,
So
which is
cool.
very cool because they are everywhere. This one was a gimme. McCain.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. 1957 in New Brunswick. Okay, this one's too easy. I'm going to skip it. How about this one? Number 8, Cineplex.
Yes.
That's
No.
correct.
Oh.
Also
They have
Toronto.
a different name in America. It's like AMC Theaters or some shit.
Yeah, there's like a Cine something in the U.S., but it's different.
Okay, clothing retailer Club Monaco.
No
No.
idea.
It is from Toronto, 1985.
Ah.
Okay,
would've thought?
wow, there's actually some interesting ones on here. I'm like, okay. How about this Booster Juice?
Yes.
Canadian.
It's correct. It's
Yeah.
from a person from St. Albert, actually. Same with Jugo Juice. Last but not least, have you heard of the vitamin company Jameson Laboratories?
Do they make the Flintstone vitamins?
They make gummies.
That's the one with like the little like
Purple
rainbow
cap?
over it.
Green cap. Purple cap is Centrum.
I'll say yes because we have
I'm
them
gonna
in
say
our house all
Canadian.
the time. So.
That's correct. And
Yeah.
it's old. Ontario, 1922.
Wow.
I love that because I can find those vitamins at the dollar store. So it's
Yeah.
like $3. It's pretty reasonable.
If you are curious, though, because as I was kind of researching this, if you're curious about some brands and you don't know if they're made in Canada or not, there's a really interesting website you can go to. It's called madeinca.ca. And they have like a whole breakdown of different guides, everything from food to automotive to kitchenware, sports, publishing, toys and games, electronics that you can purchase, which is really cool. So
It's really interesting. I talked about it on air, like how difficult it is to find Canadian specific products, like
Yeah.
how to tell. Did you guys know that like some Chiquita bananas are actually grown in Canada,
In like a
it's
lab.
crazy.
in hothouses in Ontario? So like
Really?
people were talking about boycotting bananas because they come from the U.S. and there's like there's a some odd chance it's a Canadian banana.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Like never in a million years would have thought that.
I think an easy thing too that you can focus on, another category, is dog food. I try to only buy like Canadian stuff. There's a lot of American things in stores, so be on the lookout for that.
How about Drum Distilling Co. coffee liqueur made in Canada?
That was a 10 out of 10. I thought that was very good.
Handcrafted in Drumheller, Sam.
That was class.
Best enjoyed straight up over ice, and they aren't kidding. I loved it. That was a 10 out of 10 as
Yeah,
well.
that's right. Very good, very tasty. And the fact that they're doubling down by putting a local roasted bean in there as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, excellent.
I mean, could you imagine if they made that with a Tim Hortons coffee bean? Locally roasted all the way. Also, Tim Hortons not Canadian.
they have a
anymore.
Canadian entity and an American entity.
Yeah, it's
They're-
two different
and they're
things.
owned by a Brazilian conglomerate.
The more you know.
Wow.
Well, before we get out of here, what's your favorite movie that takes place in Canada?
Ooh, favorite movie that takes place in
Or
Canada?
show? I guess you could just say Schitt's Creek.
Oh boy.
I say Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Check it out.
That is a good one.
Very
I'm
Canadian
going to go
movie.
with Littlest Hobo. Just
What the? Dude, I hope you watched one episode.
can
I
we
don't
watch
know.
it together tomorrow?
No.
I'll
I
grab
don't know
some popcorn.
if it takes place in Canada, but filmed in Canada.
You're like The Flash.
No,
Deadpool.
for as shit as it was, the fact that Riverdale was filmed in Vancouver for all those many seasons,
You
like,
loved it probably.
shout out. Yeah.
Was Twilight not filmed in like
Twilight?
BC too?
They actually went to Seattle and they went to Vancouver.
Thought you would have said The Last of Us, but
Last of Us 2, look out.
all right. Well, goodbye.
Bye.
You've been listening to After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Powered by Adult Source.
Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and have the new episode of After Hours with Mariah and Ty downloaded weekly to whatever device you use.
Bop, 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 bop.